A few days ago, celebrities put out a video telling Congress to sabotage Donald Trump's presidency.
Dear members of Congress, I'm mad.
Flabbergasted.
I'm worried for everyone.
We demand that you block nominees who threaten the rights of women,
The LGBT community, people of color, immigrants, and the poor.
And to use your congressional powers
To obstruct
anything.
anything.
that violates our core values as diverse Americans.
To rebut these celebrities, Fox News brought forth their champion, Chuck Woolery.
Look, you couldn't find a group of people outside of an insane asylum who just are more out of touch with reality. You couldn't than an actor.
So reporters invite a retired game show host to talk about actors who are telling Congress what to do about the president. If only my mechanic could convince a poet to get a beekeeper to find a hairdresser to tell me what I should think about all of this. Fortunately, Hollywood brought forth its champion to prove to us that Chuck Woolery was absolutely right. At the Golden Globes, Meryl Streep named the 3 most vilified groups in America.
All of us in this room really belong to the most vilified segments in American society right now. Think about it. Hollywood, foreigners, and the press.
I wonder what all the Black Lives Matter and Muslim Americans and feminists and gays thought when they learned that actors and reporters are the real most vilified groups in America. It's so hard accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award to thunderous applause during a primetime special watched by millions of adoring fans.
So Hollywood is crawling with outsiders and foreigners. And if we kick them all out, you'll have nothing to watch but football and mixed martial arts, which are not the arts.
All right, fess up. Who's trying to kick all the foreigners in Hollywood out of America? My mother's an immigrant. Are they coming to get her too? Or is it just the immigrants in Hollywood? Oh, I get it. This is Meryl Streep's portrayal of a paranoid schizophrenic experiencing delusions of persecution. Bravo. Bravo. But hey now, what's with that weak jab at mixed martial arts? Looks like art to me. And you know what? I bet he didn't achieve that form by sitting around on his tushy all day watching The Devil Wears Prada and Mamma Mia. But seriously, thank you for the movies, Meryl. I simply have no idea what any of us would do if we couldn't watch television and movies.
An actor's only job is to enter the lives of people who are different from us and let you feel what that feels like.
If that's an actor's only job, then what's with the soapbox, babe? But okay, let's go with that. So when you starred in Death Becomes Her, your only job as an actress was to enter into the world of a woman who drinks an immortality potion in order to compete with another woman who drank an immortality potion, but you get disfigured when your husband tries to kill you in order to be with the other woman who drank an immortality potion, leading to both potion drinkers needing your mortician husband to repair your bodies from all the injuries you inflict on each other. And your goal was to show us what all of that feels like? Wow. Such depth, such art, such empathy. Excuse me. I need a moment.
It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back.
There are multiple layers of stupid here. Let's look at 3. First, the claim that Trump made fun of a reporter with a disability is apparently false. Trump did use some spastic hand gestures while talking about a reporter, but Trump says he didn't know the reporter had a disability, and there are multiple video clips of Trump using the same hand gestures whenever he's making fun of somebody. He even uses the hand gesture to make fun of himself when he's flustered. So in a speech about how we all need to listen to actors tell us about politicians, Meryl Streep couldn't even get one example right. Second, I'm not defending Trump here. I'm horrified at some of the things he said during the campaign and over the years. But the fact that Meryl Streep couldn't come up with a single accurate criticism of a man who spent his entire adult life with his foot permanently lodged in his mouth makes me think we shouldn't take her speech seriously. She could have even stuck with the hand gestures and said correctly, Trump mocks people using childish hand gestures. But she just can't get anything right. Third, I actually have 2 kids with physical disabilities, and as someone who's worked for years in disability advocacy, I can attest that discrimination against people with disabilities has been around long before Mr. Trump was an orangey blonde twinkle in his mother's eye, and it has far more to do with utilitarian ethics and the progressive solutions promoted by celebrity elites such as eugenics, abortion, and euthanasia than it has to do with Trump's hand gestures.
We need the principled press to hold power to account, to call them on the carpet for every outrage.
Oh, the principled press it is. Yes, how I adore the privileged progressive press with its principles of doublethink and newspeak and totalitarian imposition upon the minds of the people. Too bad reporters are one of the 3 most vilified groups in America, according to actors. The least reliable source of real-world information outside of North Korea.
That's why our founders enshrined the press and its freedoms in our Constitution. So I only ask the famously well-heeled Hollywood foreign press and all of us in our community to join me in supporting the Committee to Protect Journalists, because we're going to need them going forward, and they'll need us to safeguard the truth.
Finally, you've given us some good comedy. Journalists are being brutalized and beheaded in foreign lands, but you'd have us believe they really, really have it bad in America because they're triggered by all the criticism they have to endure from the not-so-well-heeled of us. But thank you, darling, for the lesson on the Constitution. Your wisdom is indeed a revelation. And here we have the ultimate absurdity. People who pretend to be other people for a living are the ones charged with the sacred task of safeguarding the truth. Look, saying we have a problem in politics, therefore we need actors, is like saying my sink is clogged, therefore I need a cymbal-banging monkey toy. We can only question the sanity of a woman who thinks that actors are the saviors of America.
I have lost my mind sometime earlier this year, so...
But for those of us who haven't lost our minds recently, the solution to America's political woes is developing a population of informed, free, and moral citizens. Precisely the sort of population that would never be duped by politicians, reporters, and especially actors. In the meantime, it seems the only people we can trust are game show hosts.
Why would people want to take advice from a group of people who pretend to be other people for a living?
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.